Orientation, influence, and not losing yourself. People underestimate how much their environment is shaping them in real time. They think they're just there, just watching, just listening, just enjoying themselves. But they're not just observing the environment. The environment is training them. That's what orientation is. Orientation is what your mind is used to agreeing with. It's what you've been repeatedly exposed to, what you've normalized, what you've allowed to shape your perception over time. And most people don't even realize that their natural reactions are not natural at all. They're trained. You didn't just wake up one day and become who you are. You were formed by what you watched, what you listened to, who you were around, and what you participated in consistently. That's why Scripture places so much emphasis on behavior, environment, and repetition. It's not random. It's not just rules for the sake of rules. It's formation. You see it in how we're told to teach children, morning, midday, and night. When you walk, when you sit, when you eat, constantly reinforcing a way of thinking, a way of seeing, a way of being. Why? Because repetition becomes orientation, and orientation becomes identity. Now fast forward to today. You go into certain environments, like a skating rink, a party, or any high-energy social space, and you start to notice something. Everyone is moving the same way. The same songs come on, and everyone responds the same way. The same patterns, the same behaviors, the same emotional cues. It's like they fall into alignment with whatever is playing, whatever is being projected. It's not even conscious most of the time. The music becomes the signal. The environment becomes the script, and people just step into it. Now here's the part most people don't want to acknowledge. If you stay in that long enough, you will start to sync with it. Not because you're weak, but because that's how influence works. That's why the Scriptures warn about fellowship and company. Not because people are trying to isolate you, but because alignment is contagious. Bad company corrupts good character, not instantly, but gradually, subtly, through repetition. And people try to use Yeshua as a counterpoint to that. They say, well, he was around all kinds of people. But they miss the context. He wasn't there to blend in. He wasn't there to absorb the environment. He wasn't there for casual fellowship. He was there with purpose. He said he came for the lost sheep of Israel. He came as a teacher, as a physician. That's a specific role. That's not a general lifestyle model for everyone. And even the disciples, when they were sent out, were not just thrown into the world randomly. They were under guidance. They were being trained. That's apprenticeship. There's a difference between supervised engagement and unsupervised exposure. Most people today are not under that kind of structure. They're not being corrected in real time. They're not being guided. They're just in it. And then they wonder why they start thinking differently, feeling differently, reacting differently. It's because they're being formed by what they're around. So you have to ask yourself a real question. Am I shaping this environment, or is this environment shaping me? Because if it's shaping you more than you're shaping it, then you're not operating from strength. You're being formed. And that's not always a bad thing. Formation is necessary, but you have to be aware of what is forming you. If your inner orientation says one thing, but your environment, your music, your habits, and your company are all reinforcing something else, there's a disconnect. That's not coherence. And over time, what you consistently expose yourself to will override what you merely claim. So this isn't about judging people. It's not about isolating yourself from the world. It's about being honest, about recognizing that influence is real, about understanding that you don't have to move with every rhythm that's playing around you. You can see the pattern without becoming the pattern. You can be present without being absorbed. But that takes awareness. That takes intention. And in many cases, it takes distance until you're stable enough not to be shaped by it. Because not every environment is neutral, and not every space is meant to form you. At some point, you have to decide, what am I aligning myself with? And more importantly, what is aligning itself within me?